Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I am reviewing Star Wars The High Republic Issue 5. There Is No Fear, Chapter 5, Attack of the Hutts, which was written by Cavan with art by Ario Anadito, and it came out on May 12th, 2021. So yeah, and it was another good issue of the series. And also is the finale of the first arc, There Is No Fear. But the next arc seems to be pretty much just a direct continuation of this arc, because this issue does end on a big cliffhanger, which obviously happens all the time in comics. But it was a good cliffhanger. It was just pretty shocking one and whatnot. And I was just like, oh no, but so it seems like the next arc will just be continuing on where this one left off. So yeah, but the issue, like I said, I did like it. Some nice moments. I liked how at the end the Jedi team up with the Hutts, and that seemed like would be a big part in the next arc and whatnot. But also exciting to see how the Hutts operate during this era, which probably isn't that much different than how they are in the Skywalker saga and whatnot in that era. But once again, some great moments of Keeve and Skier, and some revelations there, what I liked and whatnot. So yeah, I wasn't super crazy into the action scenes of the Jedi facing the Hutts, but that's just a minor gripe. It really didn't take away from my enjoyment from the issue. And I have said it before, I'm not a crazy action kind of, definitely in comic action. I don't get into it very much, but so yeah, but just some great moments of the characters and whatnot. And it was a good finale to the arc. Once again, also want to mention the art. It's been great from Ario Anadito and the colorists and whatnot. I should have wrote down the names, but I did not. But yeah. Anyways, I guess I'll just jump into a breakdown of the issue, which it starts with the Jedi on Cedric Minor, in a battle with the Hutts, and we see Keeve and Sarah trying to protect the civilians. But then this Rancor comes up, and Sarah tries to hold it back by using the Force, but the Rancor steps on Sarah, but doesn't kill them. And while that's going on, we have some inner dialogue from Keeve saying that things didn't have to be like this, and that if they talked to each other, things could have gone better. I would assume she's talking about Skier, which then it cuts to before when the Hutts just came, and we see this one Hutt named Mayarga tell Avar Kriss and the Jedi to get off her planet, which Avar responds by saying your planet, which the Hutt responds by saying that the citizens signed a contract saying that the Hutts would protect them in return for the grain farmed on the planet, which we then see Skier get fed up with the Hutt and wonder why Avar isn't doing anything, which Keeve tries to tell him that she is, but Skier then goes into string gear mode and lashes out of the Hutt, attacks them with his tree arm and whatnot. And then we get some more inner dialogue from Keeve saying this is when everything changed, and she realized that the master she knew might be gone forever. Which we then see the Hutts, attacking the Jedi, and we see Avar Kriss call, Starlight for help, but Astala Maru answers, and then we see him, Vernesero and Amir Kantoros dealing with some Drungir on Starlight Beacon, which we saw the start of that in the last issue, and Maru tells Avar that they won't be able to send assistance. But anyways, on the Starlight Beacon, we see Amiri get attacked by the Drungir, But Vernestra saves him with her white light whip by, whipping it at the Drungir, cutting them up and whatnot. But then, afterwards, we then see Avar ask Kiev where Sarah is, which she says, keep him busy, which we then see Sarah stuck in this Rancor's mouth, and Tarek comes and saves Sarah, and then they have a little moment, talk about what the Drungir did to them and whatnot, but they say that was in the past, and now they are whole again, and then they run out into battle, which you then see Avar Chris tell Skier to release the hut, which Kiev says that she doesn't think either of them are listening, so she uses the force on the hut after the hut calls Skier worthless, and then she goes up to Skier, Kiev does, and tells him that he isn't worthless, and that she sees someone in pain and who's lost themselves, and they come back to her, which Skier says he doesn't know how to do that, and that he can't control it, which she responds by saying that you don't have to do it on your own, which we then see her cut off the tree arm. But then we see Avar Chris in the hut, Miarga, going at it, and Avar's telling her that there's a bigger threat that they have to deal with right now, and what is a danger to both of them. But then it goes back to Skier and Kiev, and Skier starts to go back into Drungir mode and throws his arm and starts to attack Kiev, whatnot. But then we see the civilians walk in on Kalo Solomon. He's trying to pack up his stuff and run away, but the one Rhodium beats him up for causing all their problems right then, and for the Drungir killing his son. But then this Rancor crushes the house, and so Solomon starts to run away. But then we see Kiev and the Drungir Skier fighting, and Kiev gets him to snap out of it, and she tells him that she still believes, in which Skier responds by saying that she shouldn't, and then he reveals that why exactly he's done everything he's done recently. It's not just because in the it was the last issue, he says to get a better understanding of the Drungir, but in this issue he reveals that it was because his connection to the Force is fading, and he thought it would be his connection to the Force stronger again, which obviously wasn't a good idea with going into the dark side of the Force and whatnot. But Kiev asks him why he didn't tell her that, and he says he was ashamed of it, and that he would have let her down, which she says that he wouldn't have. But then he talks about how the Drungir won't go away, and while he's talking about that, we see a shot of the Drungir affecting people, like the Jedi on Starlight Beacon getting overrun by them. There's a show of Kalo Solomon getting caught by a Drungir. But then Kiev asks him if there is a way to stop them, which he says there is one way, but you're not going to like it. Which we then see Avar Chris and Miarga still fighting, and Avar still trying to get Miarga to stop and help against the Drungir, which she finds a way by calling Maru and telling him to reroute all the distress calls to her comms, which he does, and then Miarga hears them and decides to join the Jedi and help them out, which you then see Skier tell Kiev what they can do, which is to mind trick them into believing the meat is rotten and no longer good. But the only way to mind trick them is through Skier, the mind trick Skier, and so she does that, and Skier starts talking about the meat being rotten, and we see several shots of the other characters, and the Dringear retreating, saying it was rotten, what the meat's rotten and whatnot. But then the final shot is of a badly injured or possibly dead skier in Keev's arm as she yells at him to not leave her. So yeah, and that's where it ends on a big cliffhanger ending. Don't know if skier is dead or not. But I quite like the issue. Definitely those few moments with Keev and skier, and the ending was great. Also like the Jedi teaming up with the Hutts and whatnot. Also like that moment with Sarah and Tarek, talking about and how the Dringear affected them and whatnot. A little moment where I enjoyed and whatnot. But yeah, also, like I said, the Jedi teaming up with the Hutts is interesting, which I would assume will have consequences down the road with teaming up with a group of what isn't good people. Which obviously the Jedi are what is technically defined as a good group of people, where the Hutts aren't. So I'm interested in their team up for this upcoming arc. But anyways, I like the issue, so my grade, I'll give it an A-. So yeah, but anyways, the next issue comes out June 30th, so I'll be doing a review around then. Obviously, there's 2 books will come out the day beforehand. I won't be able to get reviews of those out on the day they come out, so it'll probably be about like a week and a half after the issue comes out. I'll get a review of it out, but in the meantime, you can check out all my other reviews of High Republic stuff and whatnot, and all the upcoming stories coming out at the end of June. But anyways, I've been Star Wars. Catch you guys in the next one.